pride of Pelham, Dabo Sweeney, the native son of Alabama, walked on the team under Gene Stallings. He lived in poverty, homeless his senior year of high school. The man is the true definition of perseverance, so I don't think it's a coincidence what he has done, building Clemson up the last 7 years to what they are right now.
And he's had a lot of coaches and mentors to really help him out along the way. And while, you know, he resides in South Carolina, his roots go really deep into Alabama. His assistant head coach, Danny Pearman, coached at Alabama when Dabo was on the team. The same for Clemson's assistant athletic director, Woody McCorvey, who has seen him grow and develop throughout the stages of his life.
I think you're passionate about what you do. You're passionate about young people, and it just transforms in a game. And I think Dabo has all those qualities.
Dabo had a T-shirt made up when we came back for the first day, 15 for 15. And he said at the end of the season, we wanted to be able to have our athletic department to be able to print up 15 tickets. And here we are today. We're sitting here 14-0. That ticket has been printed, and we're going to get a chance to play in that game on Monday night.
And while there are many Alabama fans here in the state of Alabama pulling for the Crimson Tide, there are plenty of Alabamians who are also pulling for Dabo. Chris Womack had the chance to talk with one of his close friends who has also made a name for herself as a coach in the state of Alabama.
Before making a name as one of the top coaches in college football, Dabo Sweeney was already well known around the Birmingham area during his high school years.
When stats would come out in Metro Birmingham, you know, you'd see his name on there. And of course, when you see the name Dabo, you know, it catches your eye anyway because it's a little bit different.
His name soaking up ink on the stat page wasn't enough to etch it in the mind of Gene Stallings' coaching staff at Alabama.
If the ball was close to him, he was going to catch it, and he may not outrun many people.
He's throwing the ball over into Dabo Sweeney again. That was a 3rd and 8, and I think we made 3rd and 8 1 inch.
But, you know, he's going to break as many tackles as he possibly could.
Sweeney had to walk onto the Crimson Tide to showcase his talents.
Hey, get out here! There you go!
Just like his former teammate and Hoover head football coach, Josh Niblett.
I used to have a saying, I would never ask a player to do something I couldn't do, wouldn't do, or haven't done. But I never wanted to actively recruit a walk-on player because I wouldn't do it. You know, we ask too much out of them, in my opinion, because again, they go out there, they work hard, they get beat up all the time, and hardly ever a kind word said to them, and they just keep on in.
Being that both of us were walk-ons, you know, you have a deep respect for each other, kind of know what each other's going through, and you know, he kind of always took me under his wing.
Dabo played the game because he loved the game. You know, he didn't play because he might be going to the National Football League. I doubt if he really thought he was going to be the head coach at Clemson and playing in the national championship game Monday night, but he loved the game and he was a competitor.
In some areas of college life, Sweeney had no competition himself.
Dabo and those guys, like with Coach Stallings, they could do the best imitations, like of our coaches. And Dabo's good now. Everybody in the dorm used to do that because they think they could do the best Coach Stallings, but he does the best one.
The man he so famously imitates is also who kept Sweeney in Crimson. After hanging up his cleats, he was quickly given a clipboard. First as a grad assistant under Stallings.
He's a guy that seeks to try to do things better than they've ever been done before. It's how he's lived his life.
And eventually as a wide receivers coach on Mike DuBose's 1999 SEC championship team.
You know, he didn't have all the answers. He's a young guy that didn't have all the answers, was eager to learn, but knew an awful lot, but was humble. And then just did an absolutely amazing job in recruiting.
Passion wasn't something Sweeney had to learn. Now his celebratory stunts and intensity are his Clemson calling card.
He talks about bring your own guts.
Hey, it was BYOG, bring your own guts.
I mean, that's him, you know, that's him.
The first time Sweeney helped make a mark on the Walk of Champions, it was with a win. The next time would come with a loss.
He loves Clemson. And I'll assure you, he's trying to win, and he wants to win. But there'll also be some tugs on his heart because he does love the University of Alabama. He loves the state of Alabama.
I do think there's a special incentive that, you know, in the back of your mind that this is your alma mater. I mean, this is where you played.
When the game kicks off on Monday, however,
keep working, keep working.
Sweeney's Tigers aren't the only ones whose stripes won't be changing.
I'm pulling for Alabama. I'm happy for Dabo.
15! I mean, he had left me a message last night. He's like, at least you can do is wear some orange underwear or socks, under your Alabama stuff when you're watching the game, for your boy,
Chris Womack, WIAT 42 Sports, coverage you can count on.
You can bet Niblett's going to do that. And when Alabama fans ask him to sign Alabama gear, you know what he writes? He writes Roll Tigers and Clemson Tide. How cool is that?
I love that. That's great. What a great guy, class guy right there.